Gotta reach really far tonight. How we doing, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggly. I'm Will. Today we're getting previewed with a little bit of Earthbound Adventures. So Earthbound Adventures is currently up on crowdfunding. There is a link down below. It is by Open Studios, who did Stone Saga, like Stone Saga. Stone Saga. Yeah, back there. Stone Saga. Holy cow. It's Wednesday. It's middle of the week. I've had a rough work week. We're going to go with it. But yeah, so it is up there. It is an exploration game. There's going to be some dice rolling and some story building. We're just gonna say that. Everybody else has already done playthroughs. You can go out to Paul Grogan. He's done a 3-player. Meet Me at the Table. They did a playthrough. Colin is who sent this to us. So thanks to Colin sending it my way. Co-op Guild. He did I think they did the tutorial, which I'm about to do. And I forget what Mike did. I think Mike did the next adventure. Either way, lots of playthroughs out there, so I'm just giving you one more. It's supposed to take about an hour, so my hope is I can get through the tutorial and then maybe start the first adventure. We'll see how that goes. So with that said, let's go ahead and flip over the camera. Hey, Greg, how you doing, buddy? And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I had to zoom out. I am currently zoomed out. I know by numbers, right? So I'm currently zoomed out at 18. Normally, I think I'm at like 21, maybe 21 and some change. Or 20, yeah, 24 is very rare because it starts to get dark. I digress. That's all setting things up. We are set up here. I had to zoom them out for all these extra boards and all this extra stuff. This is the tutorial scenario. So basically what we are doing is we're going to be navigating through this land. In this particular one, it is Zalethi. This is the one that comes in the core box. And we're going to be going up against some breach thieves, these pirates. As you can see up there at the top, that is the current objective. On our turn, we're going to be able to do a couple different actions. We're going to be able to explore, which allows us to reveal more locations from this location deck. Right now, the location deck is kind of small because, again, tutorial. We may get more in the future. We can sprint. That allows us to move up to 2 spaces. We're going to be able to fight, which means that we will do a strength check against the foes in the area. Currently, we have 2 types of foes. We've got these wild boars out here. They kind of stay stationary. They're territorial. They're going to hang out. But on the plot phase, these 2 guys, these nice little crewmates, will try to come to us if they can. So we can do fight checks to try to accomplish that. There will also be skill checks. Same thing. We're going to be rolling dice. Our characters have different stats. So basically, purple are your D8s, or no, D1, 2, 3, 4, 5, D12s. D8s are blue, and then you have D12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, D12s. 12, 10, 8. I can't count tonight, guys. I told you, long work week. But yeah, so we may do that. Perform a site action if there is something that corresponds to the location. For example, we currently have the base camp out. Base camp allows us to heal, so we can heal or gain our willpower back. If either one of these happen, get down to 0 for either of our characters, we have to do like an extraction, which is what we want to do at the end of the game. But if we do it early, we may not accomplish or get anything. And then we have special actions. There may be cards that have special action text, whatever that may be. Currently, we don't have any. And then extract. If we have at least 1 experience up there on that top board, all stewards are at the breach location and no extraction restrictions are in effect, then we can end the expedition. So we also need to find the breach location. Don't know where that is. We can mix and match any of the actions on our turn. In a 2-player game, you get 4 actions. In a 2-player game, you can also take turns between the actions. So, for example, I could do 2, then I could do 2 with this one, then I could come back 2 with this one. So you can kind of go back and forth, so you're not taking 4 full actions per turn. Just whatever you feel is going to work the best. Or I could do all 4 and you could do all 4. Whatever's going to work the best. And then at the end of our turn, we check to see if the threat is at max. If it is, we will progress our plot. And it may tell us to do something or change something, what have you. But that's what we can do on our turn. Free actions, we can shift. Basically means we spend 1 of our moxies. This is kind of like an extra resource to be able to move. We can investigate. So if we're in a space with a site card, We can collect the little blue Moxie token in that space, and then we'll reveal what's going on that site. We can use an item, so we're going to get items. There's our item deck. We can use them. We can trade and collect, so if we have any supplies, we can trade our supplies between each other. There, I guess, will be times when we need our supplies. And last thing is skills. So if we have a skill that can use, my skill for Bill is when I fight, I can create any of the bad thingies here, which is basically damage to us, as a success, but I still have to take the damage. The other is this, which basically increases the threat track. And for Cordelia, after I explore, I can shift once without spending a Moxie. So she basically gets one extra movement. Now there is another ability I could take for each of them. I just choose those two. Felt like free movement was a good thing. And then plot phase. So after we've done ours, then we do the plot. We're going to reveal a new icon. This plot is going to have something happen based on the icon. We're going to resolve the mission effects. Then we're going to resolve the scheme card. And then we're going to check to see if the threat is on max. That's basically it. Again, want a full playthrough, full how-to, even though that took me 10 minutes to get through. Somebody else does playthroughs and how to plays. I'm not that person. All right. I got a hole in my lip. I don't know why. All right, so we are going to start our campaign. So all of this setup that's here is nice. There were cards already in the box. I left them out to show you guys. That basically said, for your first game, this is what you should have. For your first game, this is what you should have. And then the setup rules kind of walk you through getting all this ready. So good to go. And it says when you're ready to begin, read the beginning. So we have a code of conduct. As stewards, we observe, document, and safeguard the echoes of our dimension, acting with restraint, integrity, and respect for worlds not ours to command. We operate the 3 pillars of stewardship. Purposeful engagement. We intervene only when necessary, ensuring our actions cause minimal disruption to a world's natural course. We act as guests in every reality, guided by compassion rather than ego, and uphold our vow to observe with clarity, act with restraint, and serve the continuity of the echoes. 2. Protection against exploitation. We seek truth, beauty, and knowledge to better our world. We oppose any who would exploit or mar the natural wonder of the echoes of personal gain. 3. Accountability and transparency. All expeditions must be documented. Each steward is a link between our world and the new. If one falls short, others must be prepared to carry forward the mission and learn from every record left behind. Together, these pillars guide every Echobound expedition, ensuring our pursuit of knowledge never outweighs our duty as stewards. So, I guess chapter 00? You step through the breach, leaving behind sterile claim of home base. Thick, humid jungle air closes in, alive with the scent and sound. Behind you, the breach crackles and vanishes. Welcome to Zalethi, Pippa greets you. Glad Centerpoint finally put a real team on this echo. Go ahead and report to Arthur. The radio's there. Static burst from the receiver. Steward, come in. This is Centerpoint. Over. It's Arthur at home base. The breach monitor hums softly, its readings confirming a clean closure. The radio, the all clear. You radio, the all clear. Echo, echo. Good. Arthur's voice crackles through. Reports from Pippa for a training assignment. Should be easy first expedition for you. Pippa triggers her rucksack. I'm heading out. First things first. Get to know your surroundings and find a runestone. We need data to fine-tune the breach equipment in this echo. Radio when you're done. You double-check your gear before setting off. Begin the expedition. So I guess I can read my guy's backstory now. I don't see why not. It didn't tell me not to, so I'm going to read my backstory. We're going to read the backstory. So Bill Billiam. Bill is the team's muscle, a broad-shouldered thrill-seeker and a granite stare and a hidden well of loyalty. He joined Division X to chase down the unknown, meeting every danger head-on. But beneath the bravado lies a man shaped by loss. After his parents vanished over the Atlantic, he helped raise his younger sister and nephew, and that quiet responsibility defines him. Then we have Cordelia. Cordelia Lockwood. Cordelia joined Division X to realize her dream to become a master scout. She is a whirlwind of confidence and laughter who charges towards horizons before anyone can tell her not to. Born into storied Penrose Research Institution family, she carries their legacy, proudly determined to earn her place among them. Though she lost her eyesight as a child, she moves with uncanny precision, guided by heightened senses, a strange attunement to thaumatic energy, and anomalies that borders on the mystical. So we're playing Daredevil in female form tonight. So it's Daredevil week. I played Daredevil on Monday twice, and I'm playing Daredevil on Wednesday. So there we go. We are here. So our first quest that we have, or the only quest we have, is the one that she just told us about, right? Get familiar with the major anomalies of this world, the Runestone Z11. Study Anomaly. While at a Runestone location, do a check 3, read Z42. I think these ones I can read at any time, right? The ones with the magnifying glass. She fears no evil. I think the ones with the magnifying glass I can do at any time. Where is it at? I saw it. I just saw it. Oh, why am I missing it? It would be in the investigate. Fight. Where's investigate? Oh, it's in the free actions. That's right. Free actions. Free actions. I'm skipping it again. Holy cow, Will. I told you my brain is fried this week. I don't know about anybody else, but I've had a bad week. And again, I always have a bad week. Player actions. Okay, yeah, I got that. And there should be a free actions section. Sprint, fight, extract, site actions, special actions, free actions. Here we go. Investigate. Something told me about the plot, the magnifying glass. Now something told me. There it is. Holy cow. Research narrative icon. In addition to standard narrative book icons, there's research narrative icon. This icon functions differently and instead indicates a passage narrative book that may optionally be read to learn more about the background of the story. Okay, yeah, so it's optional. I can read it. So we're going to read it. We're going to read it. So we're going to read Z11 to learn about these Runestone anomalies. How do I find... Z is this book, number 11. 5, 6, 11. Runestones. Master Scout Report. 3 runestones found, each of a different color, red, blue, and green. BEE requests more scientific sounding names, advised BEE that this is my purview. After several hours of discussion, they settled on ruby, azure, and emerald. Glyphs on runestones not etched or added on. Glyphs moving and changing over time. More analysis needed. Initial images and thematic energy recordings of glyphs sent to Centerpoint for analysis. Bureau of Exotic Energies report. The runestone's energy reading confirmed that the hypothesis that these runestones are how Centerpoint originally locked into Zalethi. Oddly, the frequencies are different from each runestone and their pitch changes with every shift. Determining the purpose of the runestones and the origin of the thematic energy emanating from them is our primary mission on Zalethi. Arthur Addendum. I am no cryptologist, but I was able to discern some basic patterns in the shifting glyphs. The ruby runestone depicts running and jumping, human figures. The azure runestone depicts the same figures lifting heavy objects and fending off predators. The emerald runestone depicts figures gesturing at and leading others' figures. It would appear each runestone is associated with a different human activity, ranging from the physical to the interpersonal. So the runestones might do stuff. Don't know. All right, and then Breach Thieves is our plot. So this is a mix and match game. So, well, there's a lot of other mix and match games. I guess you could play with a base system, but you can mix any planet with any of the plots and any of the plots with any of the planets, and you can switch back and forth as you go. Pippa, the scout assigned to the Zalethi, is investigator reports from locals of strangers pillaging their villages and extracting natural resources from sacred sites. She has enough evidence that points to Alistair Brash, a known pirate from transdimensional space. We can't let him and his thugs get away with stealing Zalethi resources and endangering its people. So that's our plot. So first our plot was this mission. Now our plot is these thieves. Or our mission, our quest is the runestones. Our plot is this, and our mission is to acclimate. So, like Final Girl. Yeah, Final Girl, or one of the things in this is when you cross over locations that are dangerous, you have to roll dice. So it's kind of like the space game I've got over there somewhere. Yeah, it's kind of like that. All right, so I guess we're gonna go. So the first thing we can do is, should we explore first? Should we just start walking after some of these? This guy stays put and he can't get over the water. So we're just gonna go ahead and have Bill, or his first one, he's gonna sprint. He can go up to 2. He's gonna have to stop here. Right, he's gonna stop there. Then we're going to, as a free action, so that was our first action. As a free action, we are going to investigate there. So that allows us to get C, which is over here in my box. I told you, it takes up a lot of, I don't even know where to put my rule book. Put you right there for now. Put my rule book there. So we need C, B, and C. So this is Site C. Collapsed bridge. Rebuilding the collapsed bridge would give easy access to the old hunting and foraging grounds for the local villagers and indigenous animals. So to rebuild, I need to spend 3 supplies, which I have, to check a strength 2, which he's the best at, and then we get to read 68. So as our second action, we'll go ahead and do that. So we will go ahead and rebuild the bridge, use 3 resources that he has. Then we are going to do a strength 2. So that is 1 success, 2 success, 3 success, 4 success, but we do have to take a damage since it was a strength challenge. We are taking physical damage. That was us. We hit our thumb with the hammer as we were building the bridge, I guess. All right, so we did that, and then read 68. Your Moxie isn't a Mox card. No. 68. 60, 63, 68. Bridge crossing. You took time to gather the necessary supplies, but you feel a sense of pride as you gaze upon your handiwork. It's only fair that you cross the repaired bridge first. As you do, a cascade of rocks tumble off the cliff above. You don't see anyone, but someone was definitely up there watching. Oh, and I forgot something. When I crossed here, I missed that. When I crossed there, I needed to do... Holy cow, that was a horrible crossing. So, yeah, that was a horrible crossing. This one up, and then I think I take it to where I want to. I think it's I choose when I fail the crossing. Let's see here. Yeah. Move for any reason. Must roll the danger die equal to the icons. This means if 2 danger terrain tiles each hit on the danger die when rolling, the steward moving loses that much health. Okay, so it is health. Straight health. It's not my willpower. We might be going back to heal pretty soon. So that puts him down to 7. All right, Bill. You're not doing so good. All right. So I kind of disrupted my reading, didn't I? I'm all over the place, guys. Okay, so somebody's definitely 1. Okay, so gain 1 experience. Okay, we can evacuate now. We got 1 experience. Temporarily remove your fatigue or your figure and any tokens on your location. Ba-doop, ba-doop. This is just to show that we hadn't done that yet, so that goes away too. All right. Okay. Archive location F10, so you're going to get archived. And replace it with 38. So archive, nope, where's my other archive? Should have another archive around here somewhere. There you go. All right, so archive view, and then get location 38. How do I find the locations? Oh, this way. Ugh. Location 38. Wonder if it's card 38. 37. Yeah, so card 38 is location 38. All right. Back in the box with you. All right, so we get card 38. Put in the same orientation, returning tokens to the spaces that they were on. So we have now have a bridge. Unfortunately, it didn't make it any less deadly. That sucks. We have a bridge. Where is the locations located? They're in the box with the library. There's a library of cards. Archive collapsed bridge F38. So you get archived as well. So you get archived as well. Go in the archive. So this is a persistent world. So as we do these things, it's going to keep changing, and then these cards will get mixed into the deck later, I guess. All right, so that was my second action. I can now cross and beat up on this boar. Thing is, for me to go back to heal, right, I would have to roll 2 more dice, and I only healed 3. So maybe I want to find another way around. This boar is territory. Oh, the boar can get across now. So I think I'm going to spin the Moxie I got to do a free movement over here. And then we're going to go ahead and do a fight. So in a fight, I do a check against the foe. They have 3, so I need 3 successes. And they roll 1 black die. Territorial, if you enter this space, roll 1 black die, lose 1 health for each. Does not move when activated. Okay, so I do have to move into a space. That didn't hit me. Now we're fighting. And we have 2 successes. I need 3. So you can re-roll whatever you want. But if I do, I've got to add another... I have to add another black die. Yeah, we're going to add another black die. That's even worse. Oh. Okay, let's keep 1. Maybe I should have kept that last time. Reroll again. Oh, that's even worse. But for my ability, these count as hits. So go up another threat. I take 2 damage, but we've done 3. So we eliminate him. Ugh. I did all that for 1 supply. But I do have to take 2 damage. 2 more damage. 1, 2. Ooh, I'm at 5. Alright. So that was my 4th action. Oh no, that was my second action, wasn't it? Well, it was 1 to get in here, 2 to do that. Well, the investigate was a free action, right? Building the bridge was my second action. Moxie got me over here, so fighting him was my 3rd action. I think I got to run back. I gotta move back up. So we're gonna move back up. And worst case is we take 3 damage for being in there. So, threat. It just didn't say a threat. Have you died of dysentery? Oregon Trail. Have I died from dysentery? Says each hit. Is the threat considered a hit? Da-da. Okay. Danger die have blank sides in addition to 2 other icons. For each hit, okay, hits the X. For each threat, advance the threat. So I wonder if I advance the threat when I go through dangerous terrain, or does that? I would think that just counts as a miss, because it only said if I get a hit that I take damage. So I'm going to say it counts as a miss. All right, so I'm up there. Her turn. We can go up here. That's a freebie. This one here is an obstacle, so it's actually would take 2 movements to get over that. Let's explore first. So she's going to, after I explore, I get to move for free. Yeah, so after I explore, I get to move free. So we're going to explore. And we get... I hope these are in the right order. I put them 13 at top and counted down. I'm hoping that's the right order because it said not to shuffle these. So I got a pond. So I think we'll put the pond over here. Pond can go there. We put a Moxie there. Put an icon. Oh no, this is an event. That's an event. Sorry, when I came in here, that was supposed to be an event. You step in the jungle to see a nice resting spot in the shade. You take a moment to enjoy the sights, sounds, and scents of this new world. Training to become a steward in Division X has been hard work, but this moment makes it worth it. Gain 1 health, 1 will, and 1... Oh, okay. So, so he's not as dead as I thought he was. And I can't go over 10, so the willpower didn't help me. All right. You stub your toe, gain an infection, roll for gangrene. Wild animal approaching. Yeah. All right. So that was our first action. We've got that going now. All right. Our second action, we're going to sprint. So he doesn't do anything, but the boar will. When I go into the boar, he's going to make me roll a danger die. So. Or I can come over here and do this event and then decide what to do. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to use that. We're going to go through here, do the event. You hear a sudden buzzing. Without warning, a swarm of lazy red beetles erupts from a hollow near your feet. They are guarding your hive filled with nectar. These dreaded insects turn aggressive when their territory is threatened. You have only moments to react. Do a quick check, which is her agility, which is what she's the best at. 3. If you succeed, gain 1 supply. Otherwise, lose a health per hit you did not get. All right, so 2 of those, plus a danger die. All right, she got a success 2. And it's a quick check, so quick checks are pass or fail. It's just, there's no... Oh, but I don't think I rolled a danger die on the quick checks. So quick checks... Steward does not add the danger die to the pool. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. All right, so yeah, quick check, that. It's a 2, not a 3. I needed a 3. She was the best one to get it, so she does lose 1 hit point because I only had 2, so she's at 9. All right, well, my event was not helpful. All right, so for her second, she's going to go... Sorry, she got to move there for free because of her explore. And then for her second action, she's moving in here with this guy. And she takes a damage. Too much damage! And then because I went in there with him, that was just to cross the obstacle. Threat goes up. Well, no, does the threat go up? No, because it just says that for each hit. So it's, again, it says 1 hit. Wait, did she check for honey? Yeah, she was looking for honey. She failed. She got stung by the bee. By the beetles. Alright, so she's going to do a... Why am I making her fight? She's the weakest at fighting. This is probably not ideal. Alright, so she gets 2. We need to do a 3. We did a 3. That got rid of them. And no damage. Wow. Reward, she gets 1 supply. Alright. So that was her third action. For fourth action, we'll just go ahead and move up into here. We'll do the event. Hopefully this one's better than the last one. A local from Zalethi crosses your path. They seem immediately suspicious, but you try to put them at ease. You're taught their traditional greetings, but some of the pronunciations are dangerously close to curse words. One wrong emphasis could ruin their first impression and jeopardize your peaceful mission. Quick check. Mind 2. If you succeed, this happens. If you don't succeed, this other thing happens. Mind 1. If you succeed, no. Otherwise, increase it by 1. So we have threatened them by cussing them out. That was not a good idea. All right, so as a free action, we're going to investigate here. So we get... Let's turn these cards A, B, C, B. U, D? D. D. Deserted Temple. The deserted temple has walls crumbling. Very little of the structure has been reclaimed by the jungle. Something tells you there may be something inside, so you head through the decaying doorway. Inside, the temple is deathly quiet. You feel alone, but can suppress the thought that you're being watched. You force yourself further inside. When you turn a corner, you glimpse a ghostly image of a young child, and your blood runs cold. Lose 3 willpower. Well, that's not good. You may quick check your... Which one is that one? Oh, the talking one, the one I just did. To reduce the amount of loss by... Okay, so I can quick check to try to not lose any. Okay. So let's see. So I got a 2, so I actually only lose 1. Okay, that's better. That's better. You're bad at everything. 1, would you like to do anything? You fail. Life gets worse. Joy. Read 70. So no matter what, we get to read 70. So that's good. There we go. 70. Following the ghost. After steadying your nerves, you peek around the corner again to find a ghost child beckoning you forward. You shrug and follow it down a dark and dusty passage to an altar. Atop the altar sits a wood carving of a girl. When you pick it up, the ghost child disappears. Gain 1 experience. Okay. Gain item 07, girl carving. Okay. We get our first item. 9, 5, 7. Ghost carving. Girl carving. So it has a head symbol. Not sure what that does, but I got a head symbol. So maybe I need a head symbol for something else. Well, because ghost child fetishes are known to be so safe. And then read 71. Stay on mission. The radio doesn't seem to work inside the deserted temple. For a moment, you panic and quickly make your way outside. You contact Centerpoint and report the strange phenomenon. All things are possible in other worlds, Arthur says, unsurprised, and your mission is to acclimate to Zalethi. This is just another part of the world that for you to get used to. If you find useful knowledge, write up a report. Clipper radios you after. I've seen some ghosts as well, she says with a hint of fear in her voice if you've never heard before. I don't know much about them, but locals might. Focus on finishing your tasks for now. You can ask them if you ever come back. You tell her that you'll definitely be back and steel yourself to continue your mission. Archive deserted temple site E39. So we're going to archive you. And we are going to get... replace it with site 039. 5, 36, 37, 38, 39. How do I replace it with this? Okay. Oh, this. Sorry. I archived the wrong card. I was like, wait a minute. How am I supposed to... I still need the location. No. No. There we go. Yeah, I'm about to say, I still kind of need this. All right, so we have this now. This is getting archived. Put a objective marker here. Deserted Temple. As you approach the deserted temple, you are haunted by the memory of the ghost child. Search. If unmarked, check 3. Gain a random item and mark this card. If you have these 2 items, read 75. All right, so we have a new site. All right, gain events 40 through 42. 40, 41, 42. All right. And shuffle them into the event deck. Oh, well, thanks. Do I shuffle the discard? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. All right, so we have some new events. Don't know if that was the best course of action there, Will. All right, and that is that for this. Oh, and I guess we put this here so we know. It says it's a quest. I don't have a quest. Huh. Right? It didn't tell me to get a quest. Yeah. Place an objective marker on the new site card. Okay. Well, okay. So I'll put the objective marker. I don't know. And then gain the events. Maybe the events have me do something? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. All right. That was all 4 of our turns, or all 4 of our actions. So we flip all these over. Now we are going to flip this. And when we flip this, there is a icon here. So that icon says Flora or Fauna attack. Each steward must do a quick agility 2. If you succeed, gain a moxie. Otherwise, increase threat and place a wild boar. All right, so he's going to do an agility with 2 purples. He got 3. So he's good. If you succeed, gain a moxie. And then she gets to do it with 2 orange. And she got a 2. So she succeeded. So she gets a moxie. All right. And no wild boars. Oh, increase the threat or place a wild boar. Okay. Now we got to do bolstering the gang. One of Bryce's captains strikes from the shadows, catching you off guard with a ruthless precision. You have no time to react before they are upon you. Place a captain in the space of the steward with the most moxie. So we got Jeremiah. Jeremiah is going to be in this space with me. Jeremiah is a bully. Bully, when you fight him, each threat reduces your success by 1. Reward, gain a moxie and a supply. He rolls 2. We have to 2 dice and then 5 total to beat him. And I forgot, you don't have to defeat them in 1 action. You can defeat them in multiple actions. And then, yeah. Then activate each foe. So, this one is going to try to go to the most unobstructed path. He is going to go this way. Oh, geez. Bill is not doing so good. Well, hang on. We got to do them in order. Let's start with closest to purpose. All right. So he's going to go first. He's going to attack. Let's make sure we do our first attack correctly. I think they do it. They roll a number of dice equal to their hit points. Activating foe's attack. If the foe is in the same space as Steward, it attacks. Roll the foe's attack value in danger dice. Yeah, their attack value is 5. We lose 1 health for each hit icon. If you roll a threat icon, advance the threat 1 space in threat track. If there's more than 1 steward in the foe's space, they agree who takes it. Yeah, that's not going to be fun. Hit all 5. I'm missing a die. Did I not roll 5? Guess I didn't. Alright, so 2 hits. We're going to have to extract like in about 5 seconds. 1, 2. Then this guy moves. And they get to move and attack. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Yeah. When activating foes, the foe on the board will do the following 2 actions. So they do both. So now he's going to attack for 2. Which is 1 more hit. Holy cow. Poor Bill. Bill's not doing so good. He's down to 3. Now this one, luckily, has to go over an obstacle. So he doesn't get to attack. And basically, he got tired trying to get over here to us, so he doesn't attack. Otherwise, Bill would be dead. Or close to dead. Okay. Credit max? No. Oh, that was not good. So that was 1 whole round. Not good. Game plays in an hour. I guess that's without reading any flavor text. So yeah, I think we're just doing the tutorial tonight, guys. All right. So I'm going to have to use 1 action to heal 3. Put me at 6. I'm gonna have to do another action. I'm gonna have to get myself as full as I can. So get me up to 9. Now I can do a group attack. So a group attack, you attack everybody as a group, and you add all of their hit points together. So I can attack everybody at once. So. If they have minion. Okay, so the 2 minions. They may be grouped. Where does it talk about grouped? All right. Making check is the number equal to the health attributed to foes you're fighting. Additionally, you may group any number of minions into the fight as well. When grouping against a group, you add all the health and attributes of the foes you're fighting together to determine the fight difficulty. Note, grouping is an all or nothing. When fighting against a group, success is determined strictly by the difficulty of the group as a whole. Making a fight, you have the primary attack value of your danger dice to pull. However, if you choose to continue fighting, you can increase the danger die in your pool for each subsequent. There's another thing about the group. Here goes. Success. Rolling successful on the primary target has at least 1 health token. Remove a health token. If they do not have a health token, you remove that foe from the board and receive the reward list on the foe card. If you're fighting a group, you repeat this process for each foe in the group. So to get rid of them all, I would have to succeed across everybody. So the whole thing has to succeed. So to try to do all of them at one time, the captain isn't a minion, but I can group the minions with the captain, but I would need 9 hits. I can't even get 9 hits. Yeah, tutorial, so this is easy. Yeah, this is easy. So I'm going to group the minions because I only got 2 actions left. Now she can come down here and maybe clean up. Actually, I've taken my 2 actions. She can take her actions first. I forgot. She can actually take her actions first. I can switch. And if I bring her down here, then she can contribute her dice to me. So we're going to use 1 to move twice. So 1, 2. All right, she didn't take damage. And then she's going to do this to move in here with me. We do have to roll, what was that, a 1? I'm guessing that's supposed to be a 1. It looks like it's missing the icon. So I'm going to say it's a 1. So that was a miss. All right. Now, she can contribute to my skill check. I think she contributes all of her dice. Dice pool, dice pool. Building a dice pool. Character attributes, bonus die. You can add bonus time. I can add a die to your pool by spending 1 moxie. When you do, you add a 3rd die to your pool that matches your attribute. Ooh! Receive help. If there are other stewards in your place, they can help you during your check. While the steward helps, they add a die that matches their attribute to the check. You only receive help from each other 1 per turn and per plot phase. Okay, so she can only help me once, but I can help her once. All right, so we're going to do that. So we're going to do an attack against the group, these 2 minions. So we need a 4. I got my 2. I'm going to spin the moxie to get a 3rd. And then she can contribute 1 of hers. All right, so we need 4. Oops. And I need... When I group, it didn't say anything about the danger dice. I'm guessing I don't have to roll 4 danger dice? When fighting your group, add all the health attributes to determine the difficulty. Making a fight, primary... Okay, you add your primary target's attack value and danger dice. Oh, earlier with the attack value, it should have only been a 2. His attack value was 2, not 5. So I probably would not have taken as much damage as I did. So we'll pretend that I took 1 less damage than I did and I'm at full health. We'll go with that. Yeah. So it's my primary target. Oh, I can group the minions into the fight with the boss. So it'd be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think I can get to 9. Because even if that's 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, I mean, maybe. Again, I can keep rolling danger die. Okay, so my primary target is Jeremiah. So he's my primary target, and the minions are with him. So we're gonna do. Woo! We're gonna try to destroy my player boards here. We're gonna do this. Jeremiah's 2, my 3 because I spent a moxie, and then her 1. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 4. So we're gonna keep the 4. Well, no, we're gonna keep the 2, right? 3, 4, 5. So I'm at 5 of 9. So I need another 4. All right, we're gonna roll again. Again, because if I get hits, they count as a hit success for me. So I kind of want. All right, so that counts as a hit. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm at 5, 6. I need doubles. So do I take the hit here, or do I take the hit when I reroll? If you're doing a strength, lose 1 health. You're just losing 1 health. Fight checks. If you do not reach a desired number of successes, you may continue to roll the dice in your pool. However, for each additional roll, you must add 1 danger die to your pool. The successes rolled in ability checks are cumulative. Oh, it's cumulative. Oh, okay. So actually, I should have re-rolled this one too. So I was at 4 already, right? So now I'm at 5, 6, 7. And I should have re-rolled this one. So I'm at 7. So I should have re-rolled that too. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8. I'm currently at 8. I'm only taking 1 hit. So yeah, we'll take the 1 hit. We're going to roll again. I only need 1 more success. So, add another danger die. Add another danger die. If I don't get 1 hit, there we go. The threat goes up 1 though. I take another hit. Alright. So we definitely took them all out now. Alright. Woo, woo, woo. They just keep rolling the dice until they're dead. Alright, so Jeremiah, when you fight him, each that threat action would have reduced by 1, but I had plenty of hits after that. After that, gain a moxie and a reward. That was my attack. I don't know if I'm supposed to shuffle him back in or not. So he is gone. And then we got rid of both of these guys so we can get a moxie or a supply. I got lots of moxie, so I guess we'll get 2 supply. Yep. And then for my last action, let's explore. So we got a river. The problem is the river has to connect to another river. So really the only place I could put it would be here, here, up here. This would be the best because I can get to it for free. Like, I don't have to roll dice to get all the way over here. I got to deal with that guy, but that's about it. All right. And because I did the explore, I can spend a moxie to then move once. Well, I can do that anyways. I can spend a moxie to move. But then I'm going to be with the boar. I could trade. No reason to trade. Yeah. All right. So that was it for him. So for her, he's at 8. I don't see a reason to heal. So I think we're gonna do that. We're gonna go over here. They stay put, so really I can just go in and go through. Not worry about attacking him. So our action, we're gonna go 1, 2. So we get to move twice. Oops. Should have been a moxie there. So she gets a moxie for going in that space. Should be a guy here because there's a guy there. We need to roll a die for going through the boar's territory. She does take a hit for that. So we're down to 7. And then we get to do F. B, C, D, E, and F. Right, F. Smoke. A plume of purple and green smoke wafts through the chimney of this large hut. The scent of boiling herbs and mixed with other sharp odors, the pungent aroma reminds you of a recent trip to a chemist. You decide to go in and introduce yourself. Choose the steward you're playing. I am playing as Cordelia. Read 80. Flora Aura. You hear the man inside grinding seeds with a mortar and pestle. I have nothing left worth stealing, he says, not bothering to pause his work. In your mind's eye, you see the hut's aura, which contains sparse shelves that hold a few herbs, some tree saplings, and a carnivorous plant. You hear the man put down the pestle, and a nervous silence descends on the tent. My name is Cordelia, you say in a melodic tones designed to soothe. I am a traveler to your land seeking knowledge, not material gain. Oh, of course, I see, he says. The trembling in his voice betrays nerves and something else. Many strangers who come here believe they can take whatever they want, he continues. If that doesn't describe you, I'm glad. His nervousness seems to abate as he speaks. I'm an Anacardo, a healer, he says. I live outside the villages to be closer to the nature's medicinal bounties. I heal the villagers and they provide me with whatever I need. I can heal your injuries as well. All I ask is some supplies in return. A moment later, the grinding noise returns as Anacardo resumes his work. You decide to leave. Reduce threat by 1. Ooh, that was good because it was about to max out there. And then archive the smoke event and replace it with Site 51. All right, so we're going to archive as you. And we're going to go get 51. 37, 58, 51. Anacardo the healer. Anacardo lives outside the villages to be closer to the natural ingredients. So he gives us a heal. We can spend a good to heal. For each good you spend, you gain 2. Oh, that's better than our camp. If we have this black dot thing item, then we can read 82. All right. So, extra location. Yeah, that's good. So that was this one, right? Yeah, because she's moved 2 to go in, and that 2 was to get her over there. So she has 1 more, so we're going to go ahead and fight that guy. I think he's considered on my space. I know rivers aren't, but I'm thinking bridges are. I think bridges are in the same space. So he's in my space. We're going to fight him. So I get 2 purple. What do I need to beat him? I need a 2. I only need a 2. We'll go ahead and we'll spend a moxie. That's fine. We'll spend a moxie to add another one. So we'll add 3. And then 2 dice for him. All right, so definitely got him. Unfortunately, threat does go up by 1. All right, so he is gone. We can get a moxie or a good. I guess we will get a good. We can't take that. That's an actual action, so we can't do that on this turn. That was it. We have taken care of everybody who is currently residing on the board. So we're kind of safe for about 5 seconds. All right, so we're doing this again. Flora Fauna attack. Each one does a quick check. So it's that same thing. Quick agility check. I need a 2. Yeah. That's a 1. So he failed. So he gets a friend. He's always getting a friend. And increase the threat or that. No, I'm gonna take the boar. And then she gets to do the same thing. And she definitely passed. So she gets a moxie. All right. Then we do raiders. Brush's raiders emerge from very specific plunder in mind. Every second counts if you hope to protect this world's valuables. Activate each foe. There's no foes to activate. Oh, this foe will activate. So he's going to attack for 1. Nothing. Place one of the guys and a cargo in each of the 2 spaces with a revealed sign. Furthest from base camp. Oh, okay. So there and there. So 1 there, 1 there, and some cargo. Okay. All right. Check for that. It's not maxed, so we're good to go again. So, why is this? Something's wrong with this lid. I'm gonna leave the lid off. Holy cow. For every time I take that lid off, just more comes off. Don't know what's going on. All right. So let's go ahead and have. All right, we haven't found what we're looking for, right? We could go back up here and try to search for an item. Oh no, it's marked. So if it's marked, what do I do? I don't know what to do if it's marked. It says, yeah, if unmarked, it's currently marked. So where are quests? There you go. Place threat token on left space of threat track. How do I pick up more quests? I think the book would tell me when to pick up a quest. Or maybe, oh, maybe it's limited on this particular game. That tracker is probably there to prevent me from picking up an item, a second item this game, maybe. Some site cards have an action available when this card has been investigated and the site card has been revealed. When taking a site action, following instructions action. You can recognize site action, action names. Yeah, additionally, some site cards, actions only available when a particular milestone icon has been gained. Oh yeah, the milestone icon. That's what those are. Those are the milestone icons that are on the upgrade path. So yeah, I'm guessing that's just a blocker. It marks it this game. It will be unmarked next time I find it. That's how I'm going to play it, because it didn't tell me to gain a quest. So I'm all right. So going up here isn't going to really do me a benefit. He's going to come after me at some point anyways. So I've got this guy here. Sound of the hairdryer will haunt me as long as I see those cards. Oh, man. Guess let's have her go first, because worst case, she's up there and she can heal. Just go ahead and have her go. She's going to fight. It's 2 purple. We'll spin a Moxie. Make it 3 purple. That guy gets 2 danger dice. Come here, 3 purple. Alright, so what is that? 3 successes and no hits? Yep. Alright. So he is gone. Get a Moxie or a good. I'm not sure how much of either we need. We'll get a Moxie. Why not? Well, she's going to get Moxie when she comes down here, so no, we'll get a good. Alright, then we're going to spend an action. And we're going to spend 1 good. Yeah, 1 good. We heal 2. So that puts her at 9 again. Alright. And then we will sprint for 2. So 1, 2. Oops, hang on. 1. Forgot. 1. And then we go to B. B. Zalethi Beast. This would be a great spot to install surveillance equipment to monitor the beast prowling near the rock for chronology. So 06. I mean, I could have skipped that one. I could have gone to that one instead, but we're here. We're here. So 6. So this one is a freebie read. This is just basically history. No, that is not it. 6. Chorology? Chorology. Known as the choir inside Penrose, chorology's work often yields practical applications such as hardier crops and healthier livestock. As Penrose's largest division, the only one with a public face, the world knows them simply as Penrose scientists, though they are subject matter experts across a wide range of prime Earth sciences. Reading the right one, right? Yes, 6. Most of the research is considered in the main floors of the Penrose Research Institute, the more sensitive projects housed below the chancel. Under the direction of Norman Elder, the choir studies inner echo life forms and ecosystems. They document ecological patterns and biodiversity and investigate how organisms adapt to the strange environments. By comparing flora and fauna across echoes with that of the prime Earth, they develop new medicines, agricultural processes, and sustainable solutions. The choir doesn't seek to harness the power of the echoes, but understand their balance. Norman Elder is a child prodigy and the youngest director of Penrose history. Soft-spoken but rigid in routine, he believes knowledge must be cultivated carefully, not extracted recklessly, a philosophy that occasionally places him at odds with colleagues. So, alright. So we'll go ahead and for our last action, let's just go ahead and install our... Good thing I got some... Well, I said good thing I got some goods, but no, I don't have goods. And I didn't get goods last time, right? I got Moxie. Read 62. A lot of reading. I like these things, though. I like these. Equipment installation. You work quickly to set up a monitoring device. The striped beast swipes at you as you connect the final cables, but you retreat unscathed. When you contact Chronology to report the active equipment, you jokingly call the big cat a jaguar. The Chronology techs don't laugh and say, "That's a fabulous name," so now you're stuck with it. As you leave, several curious cubs peek out from their den. One gives a little mew. Gain an experience. Archive the Zalethi beast, 37, and replace... F37, and replace it with Site 034. 29, 30, 31, 32. Too many 32s. 34. Sargathi Den. Chronology is requested. I keep saying chronology. Chronology is requested an update on the data from the monitoring equipment you set up. Check equipment. If this is unmarked, so it's gonna make me mark this again, I think. Yeah. Place an objective marker on the site card. Yeah, so I guess it's basically... Yeah, I guess I don't need those there. I guess it's basically saying that, yeah, once you get these, you're going to put this on it. But later you'll shuffle those back in, and when they come out, you can take these out. But right now I can't do them. Yeah, place an objective marker on the new site card. All right, archive view. All right. So that was her last action. All right. So we could come all the way over here. How many more locations we have? We have 3 more locations we need to locate. In order to... All right, experience, we gain 1 experience per 3 event cards we've resolved, which are these. All right. So right now we get 1 experience for that. Extract restriction. If there is a Moxie on the map, or if you have a quest on the quest board, you may not extract. So yeah, we have to find this runestone. So, don't know where the runestone is. Maybe here, maybe one of the other spaces. So, for his first action, let's go ahead and explore. So, we can spend a Moxie to draw 2 cards. Question is, do I do that? No, we'll explore once. Alright, so we got a path with a bad guy. So I can restrict the bad guy by placing this not there, because he can't go there. I can put it anywhere, but the thing is, it's going to make it more difficult to get to. This is really just a bad guy. That's all that's on this one. So we're going to put these over here. I'm going to put them as far away as possible. He goes there. All right, let's explore again. I got to know which direction I'm going. I'm not going that way. All right, there we go. We have a new location and an event. I can put it here, which actually works because I can just go down like this. Again, there's no dot on this, so I'm thinking that it's supposed to be a 1, so I'm treating it as a 1. 2 there. 2 there. All right. So for my third, there's nothing saying he attacks me when I leave, just when I enter. So he's happy that I'm leaving. So we're going to sprint 2. 1, 2. And we're going to do our event. Ghost Child. Oh, this is one of the ones we just shuffled in. Just remember, I predicted the spill. Oh, on the from the bottle. Yeah, probably. It's over there. It's like it's on the other side of the table. Like my arm is nowhere. Like I have to fully extend to even be able to touch it. So we should be fine. Lucita's in bed. The sudden appearance of another ghost child apparition terrifies you. As you stare rooted at the spot, the ghost child seems to flicker in and out of existence. Choose one. Lose 2 willpower. Increase threat by 1. Can't do that. If you have milestone anchor, we do not. So I guess we are losing 2 willpower. Well, that happened. All right, so so we can investigate as a free action. So we will investigate as a free action. And we are doing G. EFG. Azure Runestone. We have found a runestone. A large runestone towers over top a wide stone base. Thalmic. I keep saying thematic. Thalmic energy pulses steadily from the runestone, bathing the area in a gold-blue light. So we can study. If this is unmarked, check. Do a 4 check and gain 1, and then mark this card. All right, so I can either do this, study the anomaly, or this. He can do this because he has the strength. So that kind of makes sense when it was talking about like the different things. I guess different ones are going to require different things to accomplish. So he's good to accomplish, but while we're here, oh, that's his weakest one. I need a 3 check to do that. I can only use Moxie to increase my fight check. I think, right? Or can I use Moxie for any check? Oh no, I can use it for any check. I can only use 1 though. Yeah. He's guaranteed to be able to do this one. But we gotta complete that to be able to even get out of here. Threat max. The first time you reach the end of the threat track, place a captain at base camp. The second time you reach the end of the threat track, you must make an emergency extraction. So basically get two times to do that. So to extract, you have at least 1 experience. We're currently at 3. All stewards are at a breach location. Oh, I haven't found a breach location yet, have I? Alright, so I guess we have to find that too. And no extraction restrictions are in effect. Alright, so we have to find the breach location. Alright, this guy is going to come down. This guy's going to come down, so I'm not worried about those guys attacking me right now. It's going to take another turn. So maybe I can get her over here and then have her do it and contribute dice. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to go ahead and study. It is unmarked. We get to do a strength check of 4. And then we're going to get rid of a Moxie to add 1 more. There's no danger dice. All right. Yeah, no danger dice, I guess. If I want to re-roll, then there's a danger. All right, so I need a 4. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job, everybody. Gain 1 experience and mark this card. All right, so that's just a thing. Don't know what the colors for the rings mean. I'm just throwing them down there. All right, so that was my last action. All right. So, we're doing the dice. Acidic insect bites. Each steward must either discard a good or lose 2 health. I don't know what else we need goods for, but that's fine. We had to heal ourselves with our goods. Call in backup. Every captain summons reinforcements, and more Bra's finest recruits take their place in the field. The enemy grows stronger, and the pressure on you increases with every passing moment. Place a crewmate in each space that has a captain. If there is no captain in play, place a random captain in the space with a revealed site farthest from the base camp instead. So we get a new captain. We get Waddles. Waddles. All right, so Waddles, it says put him in the one furthest from the base camp. So that's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. They're all 2. We'll put them up there. And then it says activate the foes. He's going to come 1. He's going to come 1. He's going to come 1. So that's it. I don't know if they bring the goods with them. I'm guessing no. Also, I should have picked up that good after I defeated that guy, shouldn't I have? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All right, so we want to get her down here. The problem is she's going to have to go through 1, 2, 3. She can sprint 1, 2. I can explore, and then she can come down here for free. Yeah, so we'll spend 1 action to sprint. 1, 2. I do need to roll 2 danger die for that one. Nothing. 1 danger die for that one. Nothing. Wow, she's very agile. Then we're going to explore for her second action. This has got to be our beacon. All right. Oh, dang it! I couldn't put this here. I couldn't put that there because of the water. So earlier I would have had to put it. Where was I? I was here, right? So we would have put it here. Which this guy then would have gone this way. They both would have gone up. Because he went over difficult terrain, he wouldn't have attacked me. We would have gone 1, 2. Again, no harm, no foul there. She entered that zone, so we'll say that die that I rolled for here was for that, so she didn't take damage. Oh, but she wouldn't. I forgot to roll for that one. All right. So, nope, that was a threat, not a danger, so she doesn't take that. And then we got to put this on water. This is the easiest water to get to. So we will put that there. All right. And she gets to move 1 for free without spending Moxie. We will move her there. But she does need the danger die for going over that. And again, that is not a hit. At least the way I've read the rules, it said hit, not threat. So, all right, so she is now in there. She can do this check. She's going to do that check. It is the light check or the microphone check? Oh, dang it, it's the light check. So actually, he's better. Sorry, I brought her to help, and I didn't realize it was that one. So. He's going to do, since she went twice, now he can go. So he's going to do 2. He's going to spend a Moxie to make it 3. She's going to contribute 1 purple. We are doing this. We need a 3. And we got a 4. So we're good to go. Read 42. Interrupted report. As you report your results to Centerpoint, the runestone glyphs flicker and the ground shakes. You see the trees swaying all around you as you brace to avoid from falling to the ground during an intense earthquake. The tremor builds to a rumbling crescendo and suddenly stops. What just happened? Arthur demands over the radio. Your readings went haywire. After you explain, Arthur makes sure everyone is okay. Focus on ensuring your safety, he says. The bees will sift through the latest data for clues. The bees, B-E-Es. Finish the last few loose ends you have on Zalethi and come home. Complete and archive Runestone Anomaly quest F64. Gain milestone 031 from the library. All right, so we get a milestone. Milestone. All right, you get archived. Library archive. All right, Zalethi Quake. So this gives us one of the icons. So these are the milestones. These are the icons. Can't split the action other than 2 and 4. No, so in a 2-player game, you can take 2, the other person can take, or you do all 4. Yeah. In a 3-player game, they have less actions. You only have 3 actions, and you have to do them all. In a 4-player game, you only have 2 actions. So that's actually kind of good and bad. You know, it helps keep the game going, right, from running long. But at the same time, 2 actions, getting to where you need to get and helping each other out, I don't feel like you'd be able to move very far. After the tremors that shook Zalethi for the first time, you encountered a runestone. The bees, so we read 06 in a second, ask you to set up sensors to record seismic activity in Zalethi. They are now combing through the data. Arthur suggests making contact with any locals who might know more about the tremors. Pippa says you need to learn to investigate Zalethi's waterways to explore further ahead. So we have that milestone, and then we're going to read about the bees. 2-player seems nice. Yeah. A lot of your story games, I feel like, unless they make them overly difficult where you need the extra actions. Oh, hang on. We're reading 06. Okay, so it's reading what we've already read. We already read 06 due to something else earlier, didn't we? Yeah. I think that's going to the wrong spot. That's having me read about chorology, which was that one. Is there a spot that talks about bees? Again, prototype, so it's very possible. Hive. Final fragment. Open your third eye. Speed of the jaguar. Yeah, not sure. There's a lot in here. A lot of times when you get a prototype, everything's not in here. I don't know if this is the entire thing or not. Maybe I'll play it again next week. Who knows? Yeah, I don't see anything for bees. So I'm not sure if that's a typo or if it's just another chance for you to read about chorology. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about bees. Okay. That's fine. All right, so that was that. We now have a friend in our location, so let's beat up on the friend. So we get 2. We only need 2 to defeat him, but she already contributed to a skill check, so she can't contribute again. So we'll just take him on. Take on me, take on me. There we go. That is a 3. That's a success. This does go up by 1. He is gone. We can get a Moxie or an item. We will get a Moxie. I don't know which is better. I don't know if at the end, if I have Moxie or if I have items that you get more of a reward. I'm thinking maybe Moxie counts like experience points. All right, and then we need to get over here to extract. So we're going to use this to sprint 2. 1, 2. He takes a swing at me. Woo! Going through his location. Nothing happens. Although I kind of want this too, but I'd have to come down here to get it. All right, and then we're going to sprint. We're actually going to sprint 2. We're going to come down here. We're going to sprint 2. So we go around here. 1, 2. Let's do another event. You hear a strange hissing sound, which sends goosebumps up your neck. I do also need to roll a danger die. Nothing. You can't make out anything in the direction it came from, but decide to take a step back anyway. You feel a thud on your boot and look down to see a snake of sorts. It's covered in green fur with splotches of yellow that resemble flowers that help it blend into the grass. It takes another swipe at you. Do a agility check. 2. If I'm either going to lose a hit point or gain some moxie. I am going to lose a hit point. 7. All right. How many were you at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't think it's not possible, I guess, to get 6. Because I'm out of locations. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, that sucks. Yeah, you get 1 per every 3 you resolve, but you can't resolve 6. I'm guessing. All right, so that was his last action. I could spend a moxie to come up here and pick up a moxie, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend a moxie to move over here. That requires a movement because it's got a hazard symbol, which means we do need to do this, which does make us take a hit. That's okay. We're almost near the end. She runs away. They're going to keep trying to chase us. And we get to do E. Maybe E gives us another thingy. Who knows? E. Teeming lake. A beautiful lake teeming with life. Someone sits by the edge in perfect stillness. Introduce yourself if there's no foes at the location. F13. Yeah, there's nobody here. We can introduce ourselves and we get to read something. Guess we'll do that on our next turn. Which means she's not going to extract. Alright, so she's going to do the same thing. Sprint 2, 1, 2. That takes a swipe at us. Nothing. Then she's going to take another sprint. Go 1, 2. We're going to go ahead and take that one. Investigate X. Hopefully this doesn't say, oh, you have to leave now. X. All right. X. The hole. A spiral path dug in the ground next to a river winds down to an inky black hole that your light doesn't penetrate. A pungent odor wafts in the hole. Oh, actually, I should have used a Moxie, so I didn't use my last action. So, climb down, do an agility check, read 164. Okay, wait a minute, I haven't found a breach yet. How am I supposed to get out of here? You're at a breach location. How do I get out of here? All right, we're going to go climb down the hole. All right, so we're going to do that. We're going to spend a Moxie to add another die. We need to get a 5. So 1, 2, 3. So we're at 3. We'll go ahead and add a danger die. There we go. 4, 5. But we did take a damage. We must have cracked our head as we were heading down the hole. Hopefully there's a breach down in this hole, because otherwise I don't know where I'm supposed to be going. 164. I figured we were at like the end. Read F13 for the friend at the lake. Yeah, we'll do that on, and we got to do that on his next turn, because anything with a yellow takes an action. We were out of actions. She had one more action when she got there. What are we reading? 164. 164, the descent. You tie ropes to steady your descent. After several turns around the spiral, the path narrows and comes to an end. At the edge of the hole, you find a wooden carving etched with magical runes. Your light now shows something glinting at the bottom of the hole, so you decide to descend into the darkness. Gain a random 0-1 item and read 165. So there are how many 0-1s? There are a lot. She's getting all the items too. So we will shovel. And we'll take this one. She got a Falcon Totem. Discard this to move it to 3 space, ignoring dangerous terrain. Okay. Alright, read 165. The bottom. You climb down your rope to the bottom of the hole. There you find a grimy pot half buried in debris. Oh, in dirt and debris. One small patch of muck is worn away, showing a glint of gold underneath. Perhaps one of the villagers might know something about the pot. Gain item 22, the golden pot. 22. She's getting all the items. The golden pot. Archive the whole, F59. Oh, this one. Archive view. F59, and replace it with Site 117. And place an objective marker on it. Of course. The hole. The dark and stinky hole where you found the golden pot. Maybe you should climb down to take a look. So, in a future game, same thing. I can descend if it's unmarked. Do a skill check of 2 instead of 5 to gain a random 0-1, and then you mark the card. Okay. So each round you'll be able to get the rewards as you got before. All right. Now the question, I don't know what it means by a beacon. Oh, way up here, G. No, that was our runestone. Let me go back. Let me read the extract in the rulebook. I don't know what it means by beacon. Oh, here, ask a local while in a space with a settlement, which currently we have no settlements because our camp is in a settlement. I feel like I'm missing something for the beacon. Okay, in the expedition. The expedition can end in 2 possible ways. Either through extract action. Okay, extract action. Primary way of extracting is to extract action. You must have gained at least 1 adventure point, which we did. All stewards must be on a breach space, such as a base camp. Oh, okay. So the bottom of the cards, I didn't notice this before. The bottom of the cards have text. So this says breach. This says anomaly. Okay, so if I find a settlement, it'll say settlement. That makes sense. Okay, so we have to get back to base camp. We went the wrong way, guys. We took a left in Albuquerque. Read F13. We're going to read F13 next. David wants to know what's happening with our friend on the lake. Yeah. So now we know how to extract. We're going to get back to here. So hopefully, well, this is going to happen, which means another captain's going to show up there, unfortunately. All right. So we have the triangle. Thalmic Heatwave. Each steward must either discard 1 moxie, 2 supplies, I guess, and 2 supplies, or lose 2 willpower. Again, I don't know if the moxie and the supplies do anything at the end, so I will lose the 2 willpower on both of them. So 6 and 7. All right. Go get them. A breach opens and Brash bellows an order from within. His crew surge forward with relentless purpose. You hear Brash laughing as the breach closes. Place a captain in the space with the revealed camp furthest from base camp. So Pinky and the Brain. It's Pinky and the Brain. One is a genius, the other's insane. The laboratory mice. That's about as far as I know. All right, so the furthest, so this is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is actually the furthest. 1, 2, yeah, this is 3. Oh, Pinky's coming to visit with Cordelia. All right, then move each plot foe 1 space towards the nearest steward. It says move. It doesn't say that they have to attack, although she's going to attack on her turn anyways because she spawned. So these are going to move 1 space. They want to move so that they don't have to take treacherous terrain. There's treacherous each way. I'm going to have them go this way because I get to choose. Right? Let's hear. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's the same. So I'm going to have to go this way because then treacherous terrain comes in. Actually, no, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1. Oh, but they can go across up here. I was thinking that this terrain right here. I didn't realize that that's 2 different spots. I might have messed that up earlier. This is 2 different spots. I messed that up earlier. So when I did that event, I actually needed to go through there with her. So I could correct it now. Basically, she would have taken a damage earlier, so she's at 7. And probably 1 Moxie less because I would have had to move through there. All right, now all the foes activate, so they're going to go 1, 1. She's already in the space, so she's going to attack. Ooh, she's bad. Oh, salute. Oh, she's 4. Oh, that sucks. Oh, only 1 hit. What'd she do? Snide. She reduces... Oh, that was not good. Luckily, it was only 1. She actually reduces willpower, and I just dropped my willpower. So she's actually just making rude remarks to me. Now, luckily, I don't have to defeat them to escape. All right? I just have to get here. All right. So in some missions, I might have to defeat them to get out, but this one isn't making me do that. How do I know that? Because I watched Paul Grogan's playthrough, and they had to defeat the captains. There could be captains on the board. All right, so. She's not hard to beat, though. She's only got 3 hit points. But I've got, she can roll 4, which means the max I would lose would be 4. Yeah, so we'll take her out. Why not? We're going to spend a Moxie. We're going to do 3 purples. And 4 black. We did 2. Ugh. We did 2 and took 3 damage, or 3 willpower damage. Oh, that's a rough call. I can put the 3 damage on, or the 2 damage on her, or re-roll and add another danger die. Or spend an entire action to only roll 4 danger die again. Push your luck with 5 dice or 4. Let's see here. If I use her to sprint, right? It would be 1, 2. She'd be in the same spot as him, and 1, 2. So I only need 2 actions to get, only 4 actions to get here, and then he can do the extract. So I'm actually going to leave that. I'm going to do that with the 2 damage, right? And then I'm going to use another action to try to get the 1 hit. All right, so we take 1 hit, but we hit her for 3 more, so she's good. We do have to lose 1 more willpower. Our will to live. All right, and we get a good or a willpower. Again, I don't know what's better, so we're going to go ahead and do the willpower. That was our second. Discard this to move up to 3 space. Although I could get her back with her totem. Do we use the totem? Just get home and not worry about it? No, that's fine. She's got the hit points, so we use that to sprint twice. So she's going 1, 2. We do have to roll 1 die for entering there, and then 1 die for crossing over there, which is the danger track. Oh, I forgot this. The danger track happened. Dang it. Missed that part. So Henrietta, which was our last one, in the camp. All right. So I think I've heard conflicting rules on these ones. I don't know if you're supposed to have a token on these guys. It says remove a token. I don't know if like you're supposed to have a cube and then you have to remove the cube and then do it again. I'm not really sure how that works. So I'm playing it the way I am, and if it's wrong, publisher leave a comment. She's gone. All right, so we did 1, 2. Got me there. Oh, this would have reset then. It reminded me when I rolled the threat die. All right. And then we use the other one to go 1, 2. So I have to roll 2 for that and then 1 for that. So that is actually 2 hits. Wow. And then 1 for the piggy, which is a nothing. All right. So she's done. He can get over there. She can actually help him. So first we're going to do our event. So introduce yourself. There are no foes, so we can read 191. 186, 191. The lure dance. As you walk closer, the person swivels and looks at you. Hello, she whispers. I am Zoka. Keep your voice down or you will scare the fish. She pats the ground next to her. This lake is called the Verdant Eye. It is my favorite spot. She thanks you and hopes you one day you'll find a great place to fish. Reduce threat by 3. Well, that would have helped us on the previous one, because then that captain wouldn't have been there. All stewards gain a moxie. We do. Archive. Verdant Eye. Oh, it says Teeming Lake. Site 130. That's not Site 130. That's not Site 130. I'm confused. Oh, I think this is. Yeah, I think there's missing. There's stuff missing because that's 191 and that's 202. So I'm thinking this is like 201. Oh, so we don't gain the moxie. I'm not sure what's supposed to happen. There was like no reward. Yeah, because this is talking about a library. Well, no, it says remove me from F13. Oh, yeah, that's the reward symbol. Okay, yeah, that's right. All right, so we both gain a moxie. I think this is a typo. It's saying site 130, but it's actually site 40. And then it says remove my figure from F13. Archive F13. Replace it with 133. Now I want to see what 130 is, because I feel like something was missed. Yeah, see, Verdant Eye. If there are no foes at location F13, read 192. Lake named for unusual shape and pristine reflection, teams with marine life. Zoka sits on a fish by the edge. So this is E. That's E. So I wonder how you would get this E instead of this E. Because they're both the same thing. They're having me read different passages. Yeah, so there's got to be a typo somewhere. You read F13? Yeah, David, I think there's a typo. Because see, this says 191. And it says maybe you'll find... I think what's missing... Yeah, I get it. I think what happens is you have F13. I'm thinking this is how this is supposed to go. I have F13, and then I read Teeming Lake, and Teeming Lake is probably supposed to tell me to go get 130. So let's put these back. it's probably supposed to tell me to go get 130 and put that into play, right? And it probably is going to tell me, you know, put a token on it, right? So in a future one, because he says, I hope you find one yourself. So then I'll find Verdant Lake later, and then it'll give me all this other stuff. That's the way I'm going to think that it's supposed to be. I didn't have a chance. They've got me in the Discord for rules and stuff, but I didn't have a chance to read through, you know, weeks worth of other content creators. But that makes the most sense because, see, it says 191, and then there's no 192. So like this one here would tell me to read 192. There is no 192. See? So I think 192 is supposed to be right here, and it would say for this one. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. All right. So we didn't gain anything, unfortunately, David, except for a future quest that we can do when this pops up again. Which is cool. It's cool that they use the same letters, right? Because then you're really using the same tiles. A lot of times you're not. All right, so we're going to use this to sprint. So we're going to do 1, 2. We got to do 2 there, 1 there. So we do the 2, the dangerous terrain, which is 1. And then we're going to do the boar, which is 1. Then we're going to use 1 action. She's luckily easy to beat. When you fight her, you may only roll once. Ooh, all right. So we're going to use this. Oh, but she only rolls 2. So we might take more than 1. All right, we're going to fight her this time. We're going to spend 1 moxie. We're going to do 3 dice. And then she can contribute 1. I was debating on healing, but we can use this to extract if we get her. All right, so 1, 2, 3. We got her. Whoops, forgot to roll the 2 damage, which was nothing. All right, so we got her. She is gone. Reward and moxie or a good. Again, I don't know, so I'll just do a moxie. And she's gone. All right, and then he'll use his last action to extract. So extract, if you have at least 1, all stewards are at the breach. No extraction restrictions. The only restriction is that there can be no moxie on the board. Or if you have a quest, and we don't have a quest, then you can extract. So we are going to extract. Now we will go through the extraction phase. So extract. All right. Extract restriction appear in the crisis, plot cards, and prevent extraction until condition is resolved. Stewards may not do that. All stewards safely leave the expedition. Okay. So now we go to after an expedition, environment progress. As the expedition is concluded, you'll be able to spend adventure points you have gained during your expedition in order to advance the environment's progress track. The stewards successfully taken the extract action and extracted safely. They may spend all the adventure points they have gained. Instead, the expedition emergency, they get half rounded up. Environmental progress is tracked on the sheet. After your first game, fill in the center of the sheet and begin the progression track. In order to progress along the adventure sheet, either pay the amount of adventure points noted on the slot or be in possession of a milestone during an expedition. When you fill a space in the adventure sheet, read the every noted, or read the entry. Leftover adventure points can be saved from the expedition to expedition. Any points left over can be saved expedition to expedition. Any points left over are not carried into the next expedition, but instead are marked on a society sheet to be added to the adventure points in the next expedition. Milestones represents important notable events. When players receive milestones, is stored in the expedition journal. Each milestone has an icon associated with it. The milestones in the expedition journal. Milestones are carried from game to game. Saving ingredient. All right, we're not doing it. So we're going to our sheet. The sheet. All right. So here, experience. After you extract, gain 1 per every 3 event cards. I really feel like, because I went through everything. I did everything I could. I honestly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I really feel like you're probably supposed to have 6. Because I wouldn't know why you would have 5. Because again, this only applies to this one. I mean, I guess it's possible you don't explore everything, But who would do that? Like, why are you going to play an exploration game and not explore everything? But we'll see where this track takes us. If we're like one short, then I'm going to believe that's the case. So right now we're going to say we have 1, but we could have 6. All right. So first we mark the center, which is already marked. I need to make a copy of this, so I'm just going to use like Moxie or something. All right. So the first one is 3. And then 4, 5. Oh, maybe it is supposed to be 5. That makes sense, because then you're getting right here, which is our earthquake. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. Your team is assigned to Zalethi with runestones beneath them, canopies and villages, strive for harmony, jungle, aerodromes. Oh, if we get these with our characters, get these milestones, and we have that character, we get to read more about the characters. Okay. So we're going to do this first one. So that is 17. 17. Successful expedition. Arthur's office is a tidy island amid the chaos sea of Division X. Laughter in the halls fills you with hope. Arthur waves the team inside, where you see Pippo writing a report in the corner. See, Arthur, Pippo says, back in one piece, mostly. Arthur adjusts his spectacles and nods. Well done, he declares with a warm rumble. I'm going to approve continued assignment to your team to Zalethi, if you think you're ready. His smile widens as you nod. Good. Pippo will continue scouting while the team faces the tough challenges. Now report. The smell of malts and ozone rising from your pack focuses your memories. You speak of the tremor you felt and the runestone humming with power, thugs roaming the jungle to pillage, and the path shifting around you. You account each discovery, narrow escape, and curious fragments of the jungle's untamed mysteries. Arthur leans forward, hanging on every word. Extraordinary, he murmurs as you finish. You've barely set foot on Zalethi, and have already a world yields its secrets. He gazes at the whole team. I sense you've learned a thing or two about yourselves as well, eh? Gain Steward skills 01020304 from the Zalethi library. Whoopsie! Or no, hang on, from the library. From the library? 01020304. There we go. Let's say, setup told me. All right, so we got some new spells, or new skills. I'm imagining you can swap people in and out as you need to. But we'll look at the 2 that we've got. Because again, if I play this again, right, I guess I would play the same characters. So, she can, a step ahead, when a foe enters your space, you may immediately shift. Ooh, so she can escape. When you shift, you don't roll danger for... don't roll danger dice. Yeah. So total, we'll be able to have 4 upgrades. And then for Bill, Charging Bull, as an action, I can move 1 space, then fight a foe in that space, which seems like what you want to do. When a steward in your location or an adjacent location is attacked, you may move to their space and get attacked instead, ignoring 1 damage. Alright, so he comes in to block. But he'd have to be, like, right next to her. And that's, I think, one of the problems with the 2-player. So, David, you're talking about 2-player versus 3-player. That's, I think, the problem with the 2-player is I'm having to spread out and then come back a lot of times. So I think I like the Charging Bull, because it kind of gives me a move and attack all in one. All right. And then these are the 2 for the other characters. So they had their 2. So, yeah. Which is Faraday and Nakamura. All right. Read 12. Right here. Or read 212. Sorry. Sorry. 212. Expanding horizons. As you tell Arthur about your new skills bringing to the jungle, Pippa interrupts. I've got to get back out there. Next time you go, explore further into the Zalethi. Introduce yourselves at the various villages, but beware. The jungle presents plenty of dangers behind every tree. You've got this, Pippa points at you and winks before she leaves the office. Yes, Arthur agrees. The village is a priority. You also have to secure the perimeter around the base game. A worried look creases his eyes and forehead. Before you go, I'd like to tell you a bit more about those thugs you ran into and their boss, Alistair Brash. Archive Acclimate to Zalethi. Okie dokie. If you tell me to, I will do it. Gain mission 200. Gain quest 201 and 202. Gotcha. Archive all events. Event F. Events. Archive all events. F 18 through 24. 19, 18, 20, 21, 24. I feel like I'm missing a number. 18, 19, 20, 21, 24. Oh, 22, 23. Holy cow, Will. There you go. So these are the three new ones. Yeah, 40, 41, 42. All right, so all of you get archived. Although, a big shout out to Colin, because Colin reset this for me. So, big shout out to him. Because that takes a minute to do. Yeah. Gain locations 137 through 152. Right. 137 through 152. Gain locations. Gotcha. All right. Gain events 153 through 158. Not 159? Guess not. Yeah, 158. Okay. Open Brash's Brigands. All right. Brash's Brigands. We got a box. And read B01. Read 01. There you go. Brash Gang. Arthur taps a folder on the desk and says, he was once a respectable member of Penrose. Arthur pushes the folder towards you and continues. He was a mentor to me, of sorts. He came up with the idea of Division X. Though his version of our division would have us act more like pirates than stewards. You read through the report as Arthur adds color. Brash pushed to have Division X form, but the board refused. He was tired of babysitting scientists and being reprimanded for taking one too many artifacts from other worlds, so he left. Brash is now a mercenary. He plunders echoes for treasure, technology, and power, leaving chaos in his wake. Keep the file, Arthur says, waving you out, and be careful when you face him or his gang. Archive all schemes F01 through F06. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because these were the introductory ones. Okay. Gain events 02, 03, 04, 05, 06, and 07. Yeah, since I'm doing this, I guess I'm playing next week. So I guess I'm going to set up another playthrough for next week. And schemes 8 through 16. All right. Archive Breach Thieves plot F63. And gain all the large cards, 100 through 107. There's 2 more in here, though. Oh, Act 2. Act 1, Act 2, Act 1, Act 2, Act 2. I'm kind of confused. It says all. I think these count too. Because it's like orange card, Act 2, orange card, Act 2, orange card, Act 2, orange card, Act 2, then Act 1, and then orange card. Yeah, it's like 1, 2, 1, 2. Everything's like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. I think you're supposed to get all of them. Or no, we'll leave them in there. We'll leave them in there. So 108. It doesn't say to grab these two, so we're going to go ahead and leave them in there. And then we have a new standee. What with those guys? So, we got that. Archive this card. Okay. I guess I don't do anything with these cards. No? Didn't tell me to. Alright. So, we're going to say that's all I was supposed to do. Put this back in the box. Boop. Go back in. Alright. We did that. Got new quests. Do one of these. Figure all that out. Alright, so that was that. That was our first one. So we spent 3, 4, and then we're going to go here for 5. So we get to read Z18 because we did get the milestone. Or we get to read 18 because we got the milestone. 18. Foreshock. Your team goes to see Arthur about the tremors you experience. When you arrive, he's speaking to 2 other directors. Norman Elder, the head of chorology, and Fan Yi Wu, head of Bureau of Exotic Energies. Come in, Arthur says, beaming his usual wide smile at you. We were just talking about you. You're not sure what more you're worrying about, Inner Circle directors discussing your work or the speed that news travels here. Arthur continues, without making introductions. We were discussing the data you sent detailing Runestone tremors. Wu stands and bows, lower than you expected from a person in her position. I am Dr. Fin Yi Wu, she says, picking up her mug of coffee. Your scans suggest the tremors will grow in intensity. Before they get much worse, we need to determine their cause. She takes a delicate sip of her mug before continuing. We'll need more data. The other director, a suspiciously young man, nods. Dr. Elder, he says, call me Norman. We'd like to have we would like you to explore more of Zalethi. Log any events with the local fauna and flora, or just write down anything of note. We'll look for patterns. You heard the directors Arthur say, get to work. His first words make you jump, but his smile says you have time for a meal and a shower first. Game mission 203. Grab you guys again. Mission 203. Gain event 05. Nope. Yep. Event 05. All right. So I got another event. That's it. So I guess that is this. There we go. We are going to do, as always, got to do our first impressions. Final thoughts, first impressions. As always, components, this is a prototype. So everything you see here is subject to change. The different things and rules and stuff that's what it is what it is. The game has standees, but they're also minis. The one point on the minis, because I don't know what they are, I'm hoping they're small, right? You can get big minis, you can get little minis. Like right now, having 4 things on each tile kind of gets a little bit claustrophobic. I would hope maybe they're closer to the size of the minis inside of something like Destiny's, which they're like this big, right? Versus the size of the minis that were in Stone Saga, right? Which was also by them, because then it has a larger footprint. It's like, 32 mil or 28 millimeter minis are going to be kind of big on this, in my opinion. The minis look good though, from what I can see. But like I said, you also have the standees to use as well. I think the minis are only the heroes and the main bad guy, if I remember. You can go to Kickstarter, check that out. The tiles are fine. They serve their purpose. I like what they are. Because they are cards, right? They're a little bit thin, so they can't get bumped around. But I think it all works. Everything you get works. The only thing that's kind of bad is table space. Like this is taking up some space. I get the nice big cards, but I don't feel they needed to be this big, unfortunately. Oh, there's stuff on the back of these cards. There's lots of info across the board. And again, all that is great. The story was great. The information on the cards were great. Okay, so this is how we set up our next mission. Okay, that makes sense. But I don't know why they're so big. Like, I don't know why everything over here is just like so big. The quest board, the scheme board, the adventure board really can't be much smaller. And then unfortunately, when you get all of the active sites, that kind of builds up, right? I end up having 3 rows of active sites. I don't know how big the map can get in the middle. I have a Jasper table, which is my arm's length by like, I don't know, table, right? 4 feet by 6 feet or whatever it is. And it's filling up most of this table for 2 players. I could fit 2 more people on that side. Wouldn't be a problem. As long as the map doesn't get much bigger. So that's really my only gripe, is this will take up some room. Again, as a solo or a 2-player game, and the amount of room isn't as bad, because I did enjoy it and didn't feel like it was encroaching too much for what it was. The mechanics. So we played another game, or I played another game recently, right? The Lost Ones. This reminds me of that. It's an exploration game, and the built-in mechanics of how you do things are just skill checks, right? You're doing active skill checks. So everything is dice. You're rolling dice. If you don't like dice and you don't like random chance, well, that's what you're going to be doing. Now, you have ways to mitigate some of that, right? There is that push your luck aspect as well of rolling again and just adding another dice, a failure dice into your pool. And I think a couple times I probably forgot to add a die in that I was supposed to add. So who knows? Again, probably made some of those mistakes. But I like that you have ways to kind of combat it. But at the same time, I think it was kind of brutal. Like it is a survival game. And I think you are meant to lose. So there are 2 ways that you can play. Everything is fail forward. Again, you're making a persistent world. So I think loss is just going to be part of the game. Very similar to like Stone Saga when I was playing that, or any other adventure type game, you're going to lose. And luckily they give you a fail forward-esque mechanic, which is that you get half of your experience, right, to still use and try to unlock more things, you know, on your progress chart. So I like that. The abilities and everything you can do is pretty simple. I mean, there's not much overhead to remember. I mean, you really can't do much. And then what you can do is pretty obvious, right? That I'm going to go here, I move here, I need to roll a die here. I hope there's a new letter I'm going to do and investigate, which is a free action or what have you. I didn't use it much, but you can do trading. Like I said, you can trade items and trade the cargo. I didn't find a purpose of the cargo, and same thing. Maybe I didn't spend enough moxie, because I ended up with like tons of moxie at the end. And now that I went through it, that didn't benefit me at all. I don't know if that would change. But that is the other way you mitigate your rolls, is you can spend a moxie to roll an extra die of your choice. So if you're rolling in moxie, you can roll a lot more dice. At higher player counts, you get a little bit more mitigation because you can have a person help you on one check per phase. So that could be useful as well. So there is some ways to combat it. But I mean, the core of it is the exploration. You go out, you find things, you get to see things, you unlock more things, you put that back in, you shuffle that in as new locations, you find them again, wash, rinse, repeat. And I think that's kind of fun in the way that works. Now the question is, I don't know what to do with all these cards that I unlocked. I guess I have to read the packing up and saving game section. Next is difficult. It's there's no difficulty. I mean, there could be some planning, there could be some puzzling that you need to do, figure out what's going to be your optimal moves, but it's not a difficult game. It's meant to be exploratory. It's meant for you to go in. Is it punishing difficult? Like, oh, were they beating up on me and possibly I was about to die and very quickly? Sure. But again, you have that fail forward mechanic. So, okay, they beat up on you. You lose in 30, 45 minutes. Okay, wash, rinse, reset, grab another quest, grab the same quest, and do it all over again. So, but the difficulty in terms of the load to learn it isn't very high. Fun at 2, I enjoyed this as a solo 2-player game. I think oddly she likes, Stone Saga. We played that as the story thing. I think she would enjoy it just equally well. I would like it a 2-player game. I don't know if I would want to go to 3. 4 would really push it. They, again, do have the way for you to adjust the downtime because you take less action. So in a 2-player game, you're taking 4 or 2 and 2 and 2 and 2, which is nice that that's in there because it helps with that downtime. Or 3-player, you're taking 3 actions, wait for the next guy to take 3 actions. So you're waiting for 6 actions before you get to go again, right? And plus the bad guy's turn. At 4-player, it's 2, 2, 2. So the same thing, and you're waiting on 6 actions. So the number of actions, so that the time would probably be the same. I don't know if there'd be enough to do like at a 4-player game, right? But you might get it done quicker though. I guess is the only plus. You'd get done quicker because everybody could go to a location. You scout everything out very quickly. Now, I say that, and our new deck of cards is what, 137 to 152. So we just added almost 20 more cards to the cards we already had. So now there's over 20 locations. In the tutorial, I had to find everything because I needed to find my locations. And I didn't remember where the beacon was. Yeah. Last thing is the theme. The theme's good. Like I said, the story writing was good. I enjoyed the story and enjoyed reading it. Like, I don't always, like in a game has like, oh, you can learn more about this thing or that thing. I don't always go in and read those. And this one, I wanted to read about it. Like, I wanted to go find those little story things to learn about the history and all. Would that continue till the end of this entire campaign? Would that get old after a while? It might. But I had fun reading it, and I think it helped keep that thematic bridge. Anytime there's a story game, that theme comes through a little bit better. The shifting world, as they call it, makes sense, but it doesn't make sense, right? So I don't right now, I don't get that thematic connection. Basically, the reason they said shifting world, right, is because we're going to randomly go through our deck. Send a goat trophy, 1,000 jewels. Hey, Nesbo, how you doing? Appreciate that little goat trophy. He's kind of cute. Appreciate that. But yeah, so it was fun. I do feel like it's thematic. Each of the different plots that you're going to be able to get, right? Each of the different plot boxes will change that. And from what I remember reading, each plot plays differently in each of the different locations. So each of the expansions is going to give you another plot and another location that you can mix and match with the other plot and the other locations. So that whole thematic aspect changes. And then each one of the locations is probably going to give you more story elements. So I really like the theme on this one. It's definitely, like I said, I enjoyed this playthrough. I already said that I was enjoying it. So I'll definitely play it again next week. I have... Well, what do I have? I don't know how many more times I can play it before I run out of content in the prototype. But I do have 2 quests. And we have 2 more objectives that I can... At least I know I can do those. As it comes to the plot, I don't know, per se. So, all right. So next week we'll do it again. Probably on... Well, we'll probably just do it the same day. We'll do it Wednesday next week. We'll go through this again. As long as or until they tell me they want the prototype back, I will try to get through as much of this as I can on the channel. So if you want to watch more of this, like, subscribe, bell notification. I don't know why I say the like, subscribe part. That's just what you should be doing when you watch this video. But subscribe, that way you know when I go live. If you see me post the videos, hit the remind me button. And last but not least, and of course, the most important thing, the whole reason we do this, you saw it the whole time I was playing, is the extra life dice tray. always click the links down below. Click the links in the chat if you happen to be here during the chat. Donate to Extra Life Charities. We appreciate every donation we get every year. You see Galactus back there. He's getting another gold medal this year. We greatly appreciate that gold medal. Galactus needs as much bling as he can get. Why? Because the more bling Galactus has, the more help we're giving the children that are sick and injured at Children's Miracle Network hospitals. So again, another benefit, I don't know about this game. I will have to see what the publisher says, if they want me to send it on or not. But we do sometimes get publishers give us approval to donate the prototype to our Culling for Charity, meaning you can make a small donation and get some of the prototypes we've gotten. This one right here plays very well for what it is. Again, I don't know how far you'll be able to get, or if you watch my playthroughs, would you want to do it yourself? Who knows? That said, guys, it is 11:16 in the PM. I got work in the morning, so either way, guys, until next time, I will see you then. Peace.